Hello YouTube and welcome to this video in the series about the gods of the Elder Scrolls universe. Today we're covering the goddess Kynareth. And that said, I had a ton of help with this video from Mr. NerdDragon from Discord, so a huge thanks to him. If you stumble across him on one of the Discord servers, just say thanks, because he's done a great job. If you're interested in more lore on the gods, well, you're lucky because I'm making a series about them. And last episode on Mara is already online, so check it out if you're interested. But without further ado, let's dive into the lore, shall we? Use nature's gifts wisely, respect her power, and fear her fury. This is on Kynareth from the 10 Commandments of the 9 Divines. Come to me, Kynareth, for without you I might not know the mysteries of the world, and so blind in terror I might consume and profane the abundance of your beautiful treasures. Which is from a verse to Kynareth. Kynareth, or Kyn to the north, or Kin to the Cottingry, if I pronounce that correctly, probably not, is the strongest of the sky spirits and is the goddess of the heavens, winds, elements and the unseen spirits of the air. She is patron of the sailors and travelers. Kynareth is often invoked for her auspicious stars at birth and good fortune in daily life. According to some legends, she is the first Adala to agree with Lorkhan's plan on creating the mortal realm and provides the space in the void for its location. She is associated with rain, a phenomenon that is said to have not ever been occurring before the removal of Lorkhan's divine spark, or his heart. Generally, the goddess Kynareth is seen as the embodiment of nature, with Spriggans representing her divine wrath. She has two known Adric artifacts, the Lord's Mail, also known as the Armor of Morahos, and the Gift of Kynareth, and the Boots of the Crusader. The Lord's Mail is said to regenerate the wearer's health, cure poisons, and make them more resistant to magic. Renowned heroes have possessed the mail through the ages, including the Eternal Champion from the Elder Scrolls Arena, the Agent from Daggerfall, and the Reverend from Morrowind. The Boots of the Crusader were created by her to help Pelennor Whitestrake defeat Ulmaril the Unfeathered. As to her aspects, so the original beings that were merged into the goddess Kynareth during the creation of the Imperial Alessian pantheon, the most important and most known aspect of her is Kyn, the Nordic version of Kynareth. Kyn is the Nordic goddess of the storm. She is deemed as a warrior wife of shore and is revered in most esteem by the Admorans and the Nord Hunters. The Nord tradition dictates that Kyn leads the souls of the fallen into Sovngarde, earning her name of Kiss at the End. According to ancient Nord legends, the Elven Giants, or the Elven or Altmeri pantheon, harbored bitterness against Shor, or Lorkhan, after the creation of Nirn. And it is said that they conspired against him and killed him by tearing off his heart, dooming Shor to the underworld. Whether this is truly what happened, or if it's just one vision on what happened, that stands for debate, and I really recommend listening to my sort of podcasty lecture on the creation and the Dawn era if you want to know more about that event. However, it's said that the rain, as we know it, are the tears of Kynareth, who will always mourn for her husband. Kyn is also considered the mother of man, for it's said that her breath upon the throat of the world actually formed the races of men. Also, during the Dragon War, the legend says that Kyn took pity upon the Nords and called upon Parthenax, at the time the top lieutenant of Alduin, to teach men how to use the Thu'um, betraying his master Alduin. By the time of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, we know that Kyn is still revered by some of the more traditional Nord hunters, such as Froki Wettedbrain, who can give the player the quest Kyn's Sacred Trials, which revolves around proving the player's worth to Kyn by passing some specific hunting rituals. Also in Skyrim, Kyn is mentioned again when the Greybeards do the greeting ceremony to the Dragonborn, and her name is also featured in Kyn's Peace, which is a shout, which causes nearby wildlife to neither attack nor flee from the player. Kyn is also referred as the personification of Skyrim sometimes, as This is also seen in guard dialogue. When they arrest the player, they also say, "You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people." And Boethia, during a Daedric quest in Skyrim, calls it a beautiful place and a hard mistress, and laments that her people cling to such a petty notion of honor. If this really points to Kynareth or not, we don't know, but we do know that she is personified as the personification of Skyrim sometimes. So it could point to her, and it's actually, well, pretty interesting to think about that. And that's a quick summary of the goddess Kynareth. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, subscribe to this channel, and if you want to go for a swim, then jump into the channel. Sorry about that. Also, if you enjoyed, like this video and leave some feedback in the comments. It is always really appreciated. If you want to support me in a more personal way, there is my Patreon in the description. With that, you get access to my personal soundtrack, and you get access to some other cool Patreon things, and you get to be at live lore lectures when I do them live, and you can ask me questions live. And as said before, thanks to Mr. NerdDragon from Discord for helping me with this video. It's really appreciated. With that said, I'll see you in the next lore video.